Hello students, this is your teacher Rajbala Sharma, and in today's class I will teach you a poem from your Beehive English book. The name of the poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree, written by an Irish writer, William Butler Yeats. As they very rightly say, home is where the heart is. So while our life may appear to be very busy and kind of accomplished, home for everyone is an entirely different place. And obviously, everyone is obsessed with getting there, right? There are times when we may just get sick of the congested city life, and the only company we would want is that of the bees, the bees, and the birds. Why else do you think people have their vacation homes in isolated locations like the beach, the mountains, and the lakes? That's because we want to get away from it all. Well, so does the speaker of our poem that we are going to read today, which is The Lake Isle of Innisfree. You might be wondering, where is this Innisfree? Let me tell you something about this place. Innisfree is a small island on the lake called Loch Gill in County Sligo. It is a place near the coast of Ireland. Before we proceed, I would like you to take a few introductory questions. Do you remember of any place that you had visited when you were small? Why do you remember this place even after so many years? What is so different in that place from the place where you live now? Well, children, during our childhood, we had visited a number of places. And till today, we are exploring many new places. So can you tell me what makes you remember a place? It can be the peaceful ambience, the surrounding, the memories, the new people you meet, etc. And children, where do you live now? You live in a city. And how exactly is the city life? City life is extremely unhealthy due to air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollution. The people are not getting fresh air to breathe or the clear sky to enjoy the sunshine. Also, food in the cities is dirty and unhealthy. As compared to the cities, the villages are very much away from such drawbacks. In city, where you get the high cost of living, the polluted air and water, the busy and noisy life. Contrary to that, in village, the cost of living is very low. You have clean air and water. The ambience is serene and beautiful. But life in villages and life in cities present two different pictures. There are positive as well as negative aspects of both. In cities, you have better opportunities in terms of job, education, transportation, etc. Whereas in village, you have less opportunities in terms of education, job, transportation, etc. But whenever we want to get away from the madness, village is a good place to escape. Let's gain some quick information about the poet William Butler Yeats. He was born in Dublin, Ireland in the year 1865. He was raised in an artistic household. He was originally interested in painting and it later turned to literature in his early 20s. He dedicated himself to the establishment of a national Irish theatre and celebrated Irish culture through the use of myths and legends in his work. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1923. Some other famous works of the writer include The Young Man's Song, The Sorrow of Love, The Player Queen, etc. He died in 1939 in Menton, France. Now let's read about the elements of the poem. The poem is written in 3 stanzas. Each stanza has 4 lines. The rhyme scheme in this poem is A B A B, which means that in every stanza, the last word in line 1 rhymes with the last word in line 3. If we talk about the theme, then the themes are nature brings peace and harmony to man, and man should live close to the nature. If we talk about the tone is peaceful, thoughtful, expectant, and harmonious. What moral values we are getting from this poem? All of us need to return to nature to enjoy peaceful, stress-free lives. And we must learn how to appreciate the beauty of nature. We will also know about the setting and title of the poem. The setting is an Irish countryside, a cabin, lakeside, roadway, and pavements. If we talk about the title of the poem, then the title is appropriately given by the poet. The poet spends his childhood in a country, Innisfree, and perhaps most often visits the Lake Isle and enjoys the beauty of nature. But later on he has to shift to a city. Now he is fed up with the hectic life and he craves for solitude and peace, which he thinks can be obtained only in the Lake Isle of Innisfree. Let us now recite the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. Please take out your book, turn to that particular page number and recite with me. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the beloved glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. Their midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey. I hear it in the deep heart's core. Let us now discuss the first stanza of this poem. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the beloved glade. I have marked all the difficult words for you. So if we talk about the difficult word meanings, it is given all here. The meaning of the word arise is to get up. Innisfree, it is a place near the coast of Ireland. Cabin, a small hut. Clay, thick wet mud. Wattles, a building material consisting of sticks that are mixed with clay. They can be one sentence like this: the roof was made of mud and wattle. Bean, a vegetable. Here, the image of 9 bean rows suggests the idea that the speaker wishes for a simple life, where he only grows what he needs. Hive, it is a structure made by bees where they live. And bee loud glade, it is a green place where the honeybees hum over. Let us now see that what the poet is trying to say in the very first stanza. In this stanza, we can actually understand the poet's intentions. He says that he will now arise and go to the Isle of Innisfree. The first line also shows the poet's determination that he must and he will go to Innisfree. The second line provides additional details about what is he going to do when he gets there. He plans to build a small house for himself, and the use of the word small gives us the impression that he wants to live alone in the house, and he planned to build this house or build this small cabin with clay and wattles. Once he builds this small cabin, he dreams of having 9 rows of bee plants and a beehive as well. Finally, in the last line, he says that he would live alone in the small clearing of a forest amidst the sound of the bees.